everybody. So my name is Kim, and I just recently graduated from my local community college with an associate's degree in game design, and I wanted to share a bit of the knowledge that I gained through my schooling with you, because I'm a member of a few indie development groups and game dev beginner groups on Facebook, and probably the most common question that's asked is, how do I get started? And most of the answers are kind of general, kind of vague, which is understandable, but also I feel like they're not helpful at the same time. Usually the answers are stuff like, learn a program or a game engine and then make a game. Okay, but how do I make a game? That's the initial question, and yet I feel like it's not really answered like that. So I wanted to make these videos to kind of go over not only that, but also a lot of other behind-the-scenes kind of stuff that most people, I don't think they realize that this kind of stuff goes into game design. And I feel like it's important to know if you're interested in getting into the industry or into the community. So one of the first things that we did in the very first class I took was we actually prepared to make a board game. The purpose of making a board game is to learn game mechanics without being bogged down by having to learn all the technical stuff of computer programs. So making a board game is really a good place to start, or you can make a card game instead if you prefer. But it really teaches you a lot of the beginning stuff, like I said, without getting bogged down with all the other details quite yet. So first things first, what's a game mechanic? How does that compare to other parts of the game? Why is it important? A game mechanic, let's take Yahtzee for example. The mechanic of Yahtzee is rolling the dice and trying to get the highest score at the end of the game. Whereas a feature of Yahtzee, just as an example, would be the cup. The cup in Yahtzee is not necessary for gameplay. It simply makes the game a bit easier. Monopoly, for instance. A feature is the little game pieces. None of them really help you win the game, but they're fun to kind of pick out and pick out your favorite piece and move it around the board. Whereas the mechanics are actually buying properties and going to jail, getting the get out of the jail free card, stuff like that. Those are mechanics. And so starting with a board game really teaches you how to do that kind of stuff. And when you make a board game, it's good to not only make the game itself, but actually practice with writing down the actual rules of the game. Actually come up with a document that explains how to play the game, as well as actually creating the game itself. This is all important because when you get into game design on the computer and you're getting into Unity or Unreal or whatever your game engine is, those documents and writing down your idea and writing down the rules really helps keep you organized and kind of helps you figure out where you want to go in your game. Game mechanics are very important to learn because one of the tips that a lot of industry professionals teach you is if you take away everything in your game, all of the visuals and the sound effects and everything, and you just have the bare core mechanics of the game laid out, and you replace all of your characters with boxes and whatever, is your game still fun to play? That's really the big thing that you need to focus on is your game fun to play? And if your game is not fun to play, without all of the flashy stuff, then maybe you need to reevaluate your game. So if you have any questions about this topic, if you feel like there's anything that I missed, or even if you feel like there's other topics that you have questions about or feel like I should go over, let me know in the comments, and I'll be back next time with another video that will hopefully help you guys out. So thanks for watching.